Hold on. Hello, people. That was a bit of a boo-boo. What's going on? We won at last. 2-0 winners. Yeah, we won 2-0, people. What's going on, everyone? I'm excited. People are excited. Panel's excited. I'm excited. Forest won 2-0 against West Ham. And yeah, Saturday night, I feel like it's going to be a good stream. Happy stream for a change. People, if you are new to my channel, please hit the like button, subscribe if you know. And shout out to our sponsors as well, Plumbing and Gas. If you all want any work on it, please do. The link is in the description as well. How good does it feel to win a game, people? I'm happy. Right, let's get the panel in, people. First of all, let's start with Ross. Steve, how do you, Steve?
Tough week, Ben. Rough on antibiotics, but that's cheating me up anyway today. So, yeah, good end to the week.
Next up, got myself, Glenn. How you doing, Glenn?
Yeah, very, very well. What a great afternoon. 3 points. What a difference a result makes, eh? Amazing.
And all the way from Australia, look at his eyes. He looks bloody knackered. He woke up. What time did you wake up, David, to watch the game? Tell everyone.
Well, I actually stayed awake to watch the game through till 2 a.m. and then had a micro sleep during the 5 minutes that Calvin Phillips was sent off, and then woke up with a pleasantly surprised with a red dot above the West Ham little graphic, and then proceeded to watch the last 10 minutes of the game. But what I think was more entertaining is that we've forgotten how to win, and Dore's forgotten how to press the buttons on his StreamYard thing, so that when we came back in, he didn't have us on the screen. But what a delight, and how good is life when Nottingham Forest wins? I just so good. Come on.
People in the chat, please hit the like button for David, because like I said, he's tired. You can just tell.
3 hours sleep, Dore.
Steve is not well, so please give us a sympathy to him. No, people, don't give Stephen any sympathy. I wouldn't.
Why?
I don't know. Just don't give him any sympathy. Give sympathy to Glenn, to me.
Why?
I just don't know. Just don't know. I'm just a horrible person today. I'm not a horrible person. I'm a nice guy. People, hit the like button if you can. We won at last. Right before we do, let's go for the chat as well. Hadi, what time is it? Hadi, what time is it? You're out of the woods as well. What time is it? Peter, hi, Dog, Glenn, Steve, and David. Oh, I hope you're well. Peter, he's always on here. Paul played well. Nice to see you today. Nice seeing you, Paul, as well. Absolutely legend. If you know, you know. Scott, even all great win, onwards and onwards. Yeah, fantastic. David, legend of a legend. Hi, Ben, David, Glenn, and Steve.
You love Davey.
You read, Davey. We needed that, didn't we? We needed that. Colin, yes. About time. Not the result. All about the performance. Yeah, that's what we are going to talk about throughout the show. People, hit the like and subscribe button. Please do. Please hit the like button, subscribe as well. Scott, we need to enjoy Mule while we can, because he is back to the top. Yeah. But there is some negatives I want to do say about Milo, if I'm honest. There is some negatives. And we won. It was good, but there's a little bit negative I want to talk about. So, yeah. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not. Yeah. There's another legend, Eve. Good evening, Mr. Dog, Glenn, David, and Steve. Hope you're well. I'm happy we won. I'm at the game at Liverpool. Can I see you, Dog, before the game? No, Eve, you can't see me. Can't bother to see you. I'm joking, Eve. Why am I being horrible? I don't know. We won the game. Why am I being horrible? Eve, I'm joking. You can see me. Next time you see me on the before the game, just slap me around my head. Okay? That's what you need to do, Eve. Slap me around my head. John doing well, clean sheet. Yeah. Clean sheet. That's what we've not had a clean sheet since. In the chat, when's the last time we had a clean sheet? I can't even remember. When?
Felipe is the reason we had the clean sheet, Dore.
No, stop. No. Don't give me that. Listen, I want to make an announcement, but I'll see you at the end of the show. People, the vlog's out straight after the stream, so watch out for the vlog. That's on 10:05. So if you are a member, you can watch it, but make sure you watch it afterwards.
In the league, Ben, it's Villa game, I think, and in overall, it's Bristol City away in the cup.
Yeah, in the league, Villa. No, it wasn't Crystal Palace, was it? It's Crystal Palace, 0-0.
Palace was before that.
Or was it? Okay. how many referee mistakes must be tolerated? Yeah, that's something we'll talk about for the show as well. Right, let's talk to you, Glenn. How you feel about the big result?
Oh, what you know, there was so much talk this week, wasn't there, about must win rather than must not lose. I was very much in the let's tick on, let's get a few more points on the board. Let's try and get to the point where we were at this stage last season. 25 games in last season. Ironically, we'd drawn 1-1 with City. That was the stage in the season we were, and we'd got 26 points. So we're 2 points behind that at this stage. We weren't competing, though, were we, with the West Hams? We got that 1-goal win in the opening game to the Premier League season at home, but we weren't really competing with them. We're now in a situation where they've got some frailties, nevertheless, but we've got a squad together that are really firing. We've got a squad that are building from the back. We've got young players who are playing extraordinarily well. We've got a manager who's making tactical decisions or substitutions, I think, at the right time. And then we've got a squad that is working together with, as I said, these young players. Felipe at the back, the granddad at the back, the Brazilian duo. How good were they today? The first time they've played together. It's the second time they played together. The first time they played together was 5-0 Fulham away earlier in the season. So they played really well together, the pair of them, with Murillo. And to say we had a clean sheet, which is what I was calling for last time I was on here, and the fact we had a Taiwo doing what he does best, and Richie Larea propping up with a goal. I mean, Callum Hudson-Odoi. So you may not have seen this, Dora. I've just found it. This is what they put out. So there's the defenders.
Yeah.
Right. And then
people in the chat. I don't know what going to say now. I don't know what.
And then there's. Yeah, I can't find a second page. But Richie Larea was in the squad under 14, under Callum's number. Obviously a typo. Not quite sure how that managed to work in, but Callum nicked in with a late goal. The one thing that we hadn't done, apart from any other Premier League team this season, was score in added time, and we've now scored in 90 minutes plus for the first time this season. So yeah, what a great result. Ideally time goals. We can arguably discuss how many we should or could have had, and the issues with the referee, who I thought had a generally good game with the exception of that one error. But yeah, what a fantastic way to kickstart 2024 with 3 points on the board, 2 good goals. Should have been more, could have been more, but it didn't need to be. 2-0 was enough in the end. Great result. Fantastic.
Before I get Steve in, I want you to go through the comments. Even if we all went against Thursday, we won. Not going to be buzzing. Stop working next week. We'll be okay. Some guy called Des Oldham. I don't know who he is. People in the chat, do you know who this guy is? West Ham are anti-football. Yes, Des, we know. So if you know this guy, Des Oldham, troll him or whatever. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. I haven't got a clue who this guy is. Scott is Hudson is now starting to show why Byron wants him. Lots of potential. Yeah, I love this guy. I love him. People were actually saying him before that as well. This guy that shouted at me from the car window. Who is it? Me. It was me, Simon. I gave you the
That could have been any of us, Dor. I'm known to be shouting at anyone wearing.
I see. I was in the car and I gave him the who I am nonsense. So yeah, Steve, Paulie, Steve. Yeah, you can tell. How you feeling, Steve, about the result?
Yeah, nice to get a win after, well, it feels like forever that Man United game now, doesn't it? But yeah, from start to finish. Well, I was saying the first 10 minutes was quite hectic. It flew by because there was just challenges going on everywhere. And I felt we were going to get sucked into that game West Ham wanted us to play. There's a couple of early bookings. I thought, but what I liked though was Nico stuck so tight to Kudus. Yeah. And Felipe did not leave Antonio alone. They got frustrated very, very early, the West Ham players. We did not let Ward-Prowse get on the ball much. From what I was watching on the TV, Ben, he didn't seem to get on the ball much.
Steve, you know what? I'll tell you the truth, right? I didn't know him and Phillips at all.
Phillips. And I said tonight in our group chat, Ben, we need to target Phillips. He's rusty, and it showed as the game wore on. Gibbs White was just toying with him, and it showed with the red card. Bowen was in and out, didn't show much. Antonio was very, very frustrated.
He was very,
as the game went on. And I know he had a good reception when he walked on the side of the pitch, but when he was on the pitch, he just couldn't get. The only time he got behind was when he didn't so out-muscle Felipe. Felipe just panicked a bit on the halfway line, which played him through. But Murillo dug him out then with a good last-ditch tackle.
He slipped a
little
bit.
Again?
Yeah, he
slipped a little. Yeah, he didn't get out.
He was unlucky with that.
Yeah. But I thought, we'll come to individuals later on. But the only negative I would say in the game, we just didn't kill him off. And I was sitting there as 1-0. I thought, this has got Forest written all over it. It's going to be 1-1. We're going to see the sloppy goal, lump in the box. And when Ward-Prowse had then a couple of late free kicks and corners, I thought, here we go. But no, I'm just glad we had that goal at the end just to, that's it, kill the game, bang. And just, if we couldn't beat that side today, I mean, where are we going to go from there? They were so poor when they West Ham. And like I said all week, they got thumped last week. Moyes under big pressure. And it's just good to get that win. And now we need to kick on. And I'm sure we'll come to individuals. But overall, from 1 to 11, brilliant.
100%. Last but not least, David, I'll try and keep you awake. The people in the chat, David just woke up. He's in Australia, so people give some sympathy to David. Look at his face. He's tired.
Wow.
David.
I'm just so positive about that result, but I thought it was never in doubt. So I woke up, I not woke up, but I looked at the team list and I just thought the team's going to win. And then just from the get-go, we were on top of them. We had the spell in the kind of after the 15, 20th minute mark where they were coming back a bit. But when you look at the Sky Sports player ratings, every single player bar the goal, he got above 7. I thought it was a strong, solid team performance. I think the squad as a whole is pretty much on point. I do think if I was the goalkeeper today, it still would have been 2-0. That's how the defense was, really. So onwards and upwards, baby. There's still a couple of positions that I'm worried about, and I think it also proved that the sale of Mangala was correct. I don't think we needed him now with Yates and Sangare and Chet Koyate as the 3, 4th, and 5th choice. If you take Dominguez and Danilo as first choice, then we got good money for Mangala, I think, is what that much proved. And just how exciting is it every time Callum Hudson-Odoi gets the ball now? It's like you just expect stuff to happen now. I'd said earlier that Alanga was outdoing him. I think Callum is now the form player of Nottingham Forest. No,
100%.
100%.
With you talking, I'm trying to review what you said about that role. And I was saying before the line come up, and I'll be honest with everyone. When I seen Dominguez next to Danilo, and I thought to myself, we're not going to win this. But I did say to Malcolm and the guys next to me, if Dominguez plays fantastic in that number 6 role, it's his to lose now. Because when we got players like Sangare coming back, Ryan Yates, I was just putting Ryan Yates on the bench today, but Dominguez for me was fantastic in that role. But the question is for the panel and people in the chat, and I'm going to start with you, Glenn. Do you think it's that role for Dominguez, it's him to lose now? Or do you think people like Sangare or Yates will replace him for Villa next week? Or what's your view on it?
There would need to be a pretty good reason to make a change like that after a performance like that, I think, Dor.
Yeah.
I think the Sangare, we all hope, don't we? We all hope, and the price tag has a massive bearing on this. We all hope that he's going to live up to everybody's expectations. And the situation that we're in at the moment is, you're right, Dave, that there is a solid 11 forming that Dominguez is working himself into a 6. And the first time I saw him play properly was at the Etihad, where he really caused them, particularly second half after Rodri was sent off, caused them a load of hassle, particularly in that midfield, and was Jack Russell, he was nibbling ankles. He was causing lots and lots of problems to them. And the way he plays in that role, he's got a really lovely pass. You see the way he assisted for Taiwo's goal. He's got lovely vision. He's got a really good tackle on him. He's quickish, and he's an ideal 6 in that role. I think it would be really difficult for many or any. You say don't change your winning team.
Yeah.
To answer your question, no, I don't think Yates or Sangare for the Villa match would be any better or any better. There would need to be a real reason for that, whether it be injury or failure to recover or a knock in training this week that would force a decision rather than them not needing to make any. I think that the situation is that Nuno Espirito Santo and Nuno Tavares are obviously got this great partnership. I don't think there's any change. We'll talk about individual players' performances, no doubt, but I don't think Dominguez or any of them really need to overly concerned about their starting role for next week. I think Dominguez had a solid game, great assist, percentage passes and stuff were really, really high, and exactly the player we hoped he would become. Freuler, goodbye. Seems to be, dim and distant past as a great swap.
Like
a great swap.
Stop talking like Glenn.
No, look. Would you play Freuler in that role? No, you'd play Dominguez. No. He's doing a great job. Doing a great job.
I still like
Freuler wouldn't make the 25 now, Glenn, if he was gifted to us.
No. So we've certainly had a lucky. What did I say? Lucky. We've made a really good, astute decision in terms of bringing him in, whether it costed any money or not, and he seems to be filling a vital role and doing a great job with it. So no, Dominguez for number 6 for me, for sure.
I'll do a poll. I said who will be better number 6 out of Dominguez, Yates, or Sangare. Please get your votes in. And as well in the chat as well. But if you want to say who's your number 6, please do. I'll ask David about the Brazilian Felipe. And again, I thought Amabamdeli has been let down on that role again because like I said he didn't do it wrong in his. I think what game was it? Not Newcastle, the one. But he's come back. He's proven me wrong. Has he proven any people wrong in the chat? He didn't prove none of us wrong today, did he, David?
He didn't prove me wrong, Dor, because he just proved me right all along. Classic category 2. I called it. We needed Felipe back. Look, sometimes it's not just about the pace and necessarily the youth, but it's just about the experience. And so I just think the sureness that Felipe provides the players around in that team. He's a captain without being the captain. And I just thought we just looked so much surer in defense with Felipe. And I'd almost forgotten also his distribution and how good he is at passing it around. And if you actually put him head-to-head with Murillo today in terms of the passing, I thought Felipe's distribution was stronger than Murillo's. And I'm kind of going to get onto that with Murillo. I thought there were a few stray passes. But, how good is it to have Felipe back? He's just the best.
Is he your first choice centre-back then?
Yes, it always was my first choice centre-back.
Wow.
Always. Okay. He's just so good. He's so good.
Are you just saying that because David, he's good looking?
No, I'm not. Look, it's not that there's anything wrong with that, but that he's good looking player because he's a great player. He's so his experience levels are so much higher.
Is he good on the pitch or is he just good looking?
No, he's good on the pitch. How's his experience levels? And so, he's just calm and he just got it all together. And I didn't have a doubt because Felipe was picked. So, I think what Murillo will learn from playing next to Felipe is just worth too much to us also in terms of the development of Murillo. So good on him. Bring on.
So is that your first choice centre-backs then?
Those two, yeah, they're my first choice, without a doubt.
What about you, Steve? Do you think is that your first choice, Steve? Felipe and Murillo?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
People in the chat, who's your first choice centre-back? Who's your first choice? I'll get to Glenn in a minute as well. Who's your first choice? Who's yours, Steve? Pick 2 people, 2, not 3, 2.
On that performance today, you'd have to go them 2. But then, I mean, if you could go down the route of putting Bally and Iacati together. You know what I mean? They wouldn't go amiss. But then there's so many different combinations. Like you said, I'm not going to try and pronounce his name again, but, you know,
I'm a Baba Daily.
Ola Banabadeli, you know, he hasn't done, I know you can try that again. He hasn't done nothing wrong. He hasn't done anything wrong. You know, and yeah, I agree with Dave though. Felipe on his day, he's our best defender. He's just class. He is. You know, he's played at the top level. You know, he's played Champions League. Has he had Brazilian caps? I'm not sure. Yeah.
I don't think. People in the chat, has he? I don't even know. People in the chat,
I'm not sure.
I don't know if he has.
But obviously, what does help Marilo is not the fact he got the age gap, is the language scenario as well. You know, the language barrier that, you know, Felipe can help him through the game. And today, like I said, they just marshalled Antonio so well. And if one had just got a bit loose, the other one was mopping up after the other. So he's had 2 caps, if he did. 2
caps.
All right. So yeah,
you know, Phil, if you're making the Brazilian national team, Dore.
Again, sorry.
I said, you know, fool, if you're making the Brazilian national team, even 1 cap.
The only thing with I would say Niakate is one of our best defenders. The only thing with Niakate, like I said, Ben, the only thing I don't like about when they put him in the side is him playing right-sided centre back. I hate a left-sided player playing right-sided. It just, like many times, he's tried to clean his right foot and it just goes nowhere. So I think you just got to find
left back, Steve.
We
did that once or twice before, didn't we?
We did that one, yeah. Because I still think on his day he's one of our best defenders as well. But then again, Bolly can be as well. He's a presence on the pitch.
We've got Bolly's come back. We've got Bolly's come
back. We've got Bolly to come back
as well. And that's
great problem to have.
5 centre backs to pick. So that's
and it's a great dilemma to have, though. That's the strength and depth you need, especially where we are at the moment to break away from that bottom 3. We need to show we've got that strength and depth over the teams below us. That if they get stretched or their injuries or their squads get a bit, you know, they haven't got the strength and depth we have. So
it's like you in the panel. So it's like you in the panel. You've got so many great pundits to choose from, and just Forest legends.
Right, you know what? It's good because Designate. Who do you think, people in the chat? Who do you think the best pundit with me? Who's number 1?
Oh mate,
and it's just debate, people. We're a little fun. We won, and let's have fun. This is a good question from Chris, because the front 4 was fantastic today, and we still haven't seen me much of Gino Rieno today. I'm going to ask you, Steve, where does Gino play? Who would you replace now? Because he come in to play football. Who would you take in place of? Because we won. It's a big result. But who would you replace?
Well, he's just a like for Gibbs White, isn't he? But he's not going to dislodge Gibbs White from his place. So I don't see where he fits in at the moment. But he needs game time. So to judge him really. So he's supposed to be a class player. He's come with big, I got a few of my mates said to me, you sign a cracker over there. And what I've heard from reports from Germany, he is a cracking player. And what I've seen, I know we all see these video clips and they condense them down to 5 minutes and all that. But I think for like is Gibbs White. But unless he makes cameos off the bench, where's he going to start? Where do you play him? He's not an out wide player. So you'd have to play him inside. And where do you play Gibbs White? How do you bring them both in? They did. Was it Bournemouth away? He came on, and the 2 of them were linking up a little bit, little 1-2s, and
you could. I mean, right. He played on for the last 10 minutes.
He hasn't given the ball away since he's come on. He hasn't done anything spectacular, but he hasn't given the ball away. So he's still learning his life at Premiership level. But I think to fit them in, you'd have to play. Would you play him and Gibbs White together? But then who do you sacrifice? Where do you go? I mean, that's the dilemma you have. Do you dislodge one of the 2 holding midfielders then in Dominguez and DeLillo to sacrifice more of an offensive game? You don't really do. So it's a bit of a conundrum, that one. Because he is a like for Gibbs White. He's not a wide man. So
So people in the chat, what do you think about that? Do you think Gino Rieno should get in the team? Like I said,
it's a shame he's kept tied because it'd be ideal to put him in in, say, the Man United game, he can't play.
He
Them
can.
kind of games.
He can't play against Man U. Now he
He
can.
can, now, can he? All right. I thought he couldn't play against.
He didn't play the home leg. Sorry, the away leg, so he couldn't play.
Okay.
Yeah, so he can
He
play.
can play against Man United.
Yeah.
So I personally would. I'm a believer in resting Gibbs White, wrap him up in cotton wool. The cup is the cup. Let's get rid of it. Let's concentrate on the league. I know we want to beat Man United, but I would personally start Reina and rest Gibbs White against Man United and see what he can offer.
100%.
So if we can play him against Man United, Ben, 100%.
100%. We've got to talk about him, and I love him. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Glenn, come on. How much have been raving about this? This cat, we brought him from Chelsea. I don't know how much it was. Was it 8 million? 3 million? I don't know what it was. And I said to myself, I love Brennan Johnson, but he's another player that I thought get his confidence. Like, remember, was it Bayern Munich wanted him for 75 million, 80 million?
Yeah.
Today, like I said, is it 3 goals in a row now he scored in the league?
Yeah.
Glenn, talk about Hudson-Odoi, man. I'm loving him. I'm sorry, but I'm loving him.
He's 23.
Wow.
How much has he done so far in his 23 years? He did a really brilliant interview with BBC Sport recently and came up, someone was asking about Cobbs and A up Duck.
Emma Jones.
He was getting involved with that. Lovely lad. I think it's really clear, isn't it, that he's come partly to play football. Cooper was obviously an influential element in that as well. Obviously, that hasn't stayed, but he's an element in that forward line of 4, Gibbs White, Awoniyi, Alanga, and himself, that are becoming a real threat going forward. And all of the things I was reading and listening to today was talking about how direct we are and how much he has to play, how much his role is of really threatening and scaring back fours. They were talking about how much Villa are really finding it difficult to defend, and particularly against those sorts of situations where, he's going to be racing against Matty Cash, remember, next Saturday, and opening up lots of opportunities and lots of avenues down that left flank. What a young talent he is, and how fantastic it is for me as a supporter of young people to see a young man who obviously came from Chelsea having a little bit of a knock and a lull in form and a knocking confidence, scoring 3 fantastic goals. Okay, last Saturday it was a deflection, but spectacular goals. Today was the 4th one, wasn't it? He scored this season. The one that was a little bit more of a conventional left-sided player, bottom, keeper's right. That wasn't a lovely curling Burnley-like finish into the top corner. You could see from the way he turned and ran towards the Trent end, the Peter Taylor stand, how much that goal meant to him and how much he's loving playing for Forest and playing with these players. And that's all you need as a young man like that, who's had his knocks and had his injuries and had his barriers that he's now leaping over and playing really well for. We are going to get the best second half of a season out of that player. And the more he plays, the more he's going to contribute as in assists and contribute as in goal threats. So what a position he's in. 4 goals, 3 and 3, I think, isn't it? And what a prospect. We've seen him play for Cooper and with Morgan Gibbs White in younger years, but he's really coming into his prime in the next 3 or 4 years. We hope that he will stay with us and will cause some continuous problems for defenses. But wow, what a player! And we've got hopefully the best to come from him. And I hope it's in a Garibaldi. Amazing, 100%. Great game.
Let's go for the chat as well. Mark, I hope you're well, my friend. Where was you today? I always see you before the game, Mark. Legend, Mark. I got a super chat from this legend. This guy's actually a legend. He always puts super chats on my channel. Spares, thank you for the £4.99. Thank you again. Always does. Hi guys, great panel. I'm happy with options as front. It means Nuno can swap them to keep them fresh, 100%. And that's why we're talking about when we've got Gino as well. If Morgan Gibbs White gets injured, we can have him. It's good to have, but it's just good to win. It's very good to win as well. So yeah, It's fantastic. Please hit the like button if you can. People, 60 people in. If you can, please hit the like button if you can. And please give us some sympathy to this guy because it's bloody. He's not slept as well. Give us sympathy to Steve. He's not well, you can tell as well. And you're all right, aren't you, Glenn?
I'm fine, mate.
He's fine. So me and Glenn are fine. It's just these two on the other side of the. He's tired. He's ill. Please hit the like button if you can. Let's talk about Tyler. I mean, the goal, David. That goal, striker's goal. That's what we've missed, haven't we?
Oh, it's just a well taken goal, really. And so, just nice little deft little touch, nice pass from. I'm going to call him Mr. Utility Dominguez, actually. So back to your point on the, I know we were talking about Dominguez and not to go back to a previous point. Dominguez can play numerous positions, so he doesn't lose his spot for me. He can play out wide. He can play in the Gibbs White position. He can play in all of them. So Dominguez, key player for us. But Taiwo's coming back. We're not fully there with Taiwo yet. So imagine if we had a full firing 7 goals in a row, 7 goals in 7 games, Taiwo playing with Callum Hudson-Odoi and Anthony Elanga with Morgan Gibbs-White in good form when he's running and steaming down the pitch when we've just broken and won the ball. And so, yeah, he just looks he looks like he's coming back, but he's passionate. I don't know how I feel about him telegraphing, ripping his shirt off. And
I didn't like that. I don't know why I did that.
Well, maybe if my bod looked that good, I'd rip my shirt off that frequently.
I couldn't help but think how many matches he's had that vest on, waiting to score, take the shirt off.
Oh, that's possibly true. I wonder if they wear them and if they don't score, they then say, "Oh well."
It's a little bit like Thierry Henry and Ian Wright when they scored when they broke their records. They had it underneath for match after match.
Yeah, they did. But how's the confidence that the team? I think he just gives the team confidence when he plays. But I did notice today that he didn't run as much and press the kind of the West Ham backline as much as he has in previously. So I don't know whether that's an instruction from Nuno to just say, "Look, Taiwo, don't run yourself ragged from chasing the ball down. We want you fresh for the chances when you can score," or if he's a little underdone and he's not quite on the pace as much as we would like. I'm not sure the answer on that. But overall, look, we struggled without Taiwo. Taiwo comes back, we start winning. This is not coincidence.
Exactly.
Like, he's a key player.
His post-match, Dave. Did you watch
Sorry, say that again?
Did you watch the post-match thing you did with Colin Frey?
No,
it was a really interesting insight about how much he was involved in the decision they made bringing him back early and how much the Wood injury had perhaps contributed to him coming back early. And the fact that he wasn't injured at 60-odd minutes when he went off, that was a decision that they made anyway.
Glenn, was he injured, Glenn? Was he injured?
No, he's fine. He's fine.
Oh God!
But he was really open and saying that he wanted to play. They wanted him to play, obviously, to fill a hole in the front line that we've got now. Wood is not available or as much as he is, and he did say he's got a knock for Wood. So I'm not quite sure whether he misspoke or whether it wasn't as bad as people are saying, and it's not 4 to 6 weeks or 4 to 6 months or whatever. But it was really interesting what Tyro was saying about he felt like he was ready to come back, but they're really cautious about how much he plays and how long he can play for, and they're still working him back. Ideally, it would be him playing the last 30 minutes and Wood playing the first hour, but it's not necessarily the case. But it's really interesting that even when he went off, Origi came on to the left-hand side, didn't he? Or the right-hand side, sorry, and Elanga went up front. So they still don't really necessarily see Origi as being the third man in that respect. So, yeah, but it was a really interesting interview. If you get a chance to watch it, get a watch or listen. It's on YouTube now.
I'm just going to go for the chat as well. Des, always on form. Today, Forest were allowed to play the ball. Thank you, West Ham. You allowed our growth a chance to grow confidence. Let's hope we take it forward because Callum Hudson-Odoi is one of the biggest factors of it. Chance to show he can do it. Belief will take him and others a long way. 100% Des. I've always been a fan. When we signed up, for what a signing. What a signing.
5 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, 5 million. And I thought, when he come forward, his confidence was low. I think he did an interview with someone who was really low because he didn't do well in Germany, I think. And he's come to Forest, and like I say, it took him slow. But I remember what game was it? Remember the Brentford game, Glenn? Was you with me, Glenn? I don't know. Did you go, Glenn?
The Brentford game, yeah. Yeah.
Would you sat with me?
Away?
Yeah, away.
No, I didn't go to the away game this season. No.
Oh no, there was some people criticizing Conference Door saying he can't do this, can't do that.
Where are they now, Dor?
Where are they now?
Is Callum Hudson-Odoi the best £5 million signing in recent history for Nottingham Forest in terms of value? Who's better than that?
Exactly. Don't count chickens. It's still a long way to go. But for me, I think he's every time he gets the ball, he's slowly attacking. When he's 1-on-1, that person, I think Callum Hudson's got him all day long. But time will tell. Lefty said, "Good evening, guys. Great game. We were fine today. Under Nuno, we actually look like a proper team." Big time. But shout out to Lefty. He's supporting my channel as well. If you want any plumbing, gas work, please do. The link is in the description. Family or friends, anyone, please email
Even
him.
me, Dor?
Huh?
The South
Even
London
me?
area. Yeah.
Yeah. What, come on to Australia?
Yeah, is he coming out? I've got to bust a chat.
David, if you want, what, are you going to pay for his trip? If you want to pay for his...
We'll get a deal. I wasn't sure that was involved.
My kitchen tap's dripping. Come down to London, mate. I'll put you up.
Anyone,
SE4.
Glenn, David, or Steve, anyone, get in contact with him. His link is in the description, or email him. That's all it is. We're going to see this. Mark, wonder what value is. It must be about 50 million. Must be like that. I don't know. Must be.
Well, what would we take for a 1 year?
60.
60.
Million. I'll take 60 million. When he gets, the problem is, right, he's always getting injured.
Always getting injured, yeah.
And when he went on the floor, I was like, oh no, not again. Not again. I don't want him injured. But yeah, Tower did get injured. For Special, they planned it to take off Tower so to protect him, so Clubs can protect him. Thank God. I'm happy with that. So happy as well. Gordon, going to Spain next, but now, and I feel, I mean, what? Yeah. What? Yeah. Go to the chat. Lenny, thank you for the £2.
I think that was a barb at me, Dor, about Fremantle Beach.
Oh, was that you?
I think he's given me a hard. Going ES next. Not sure what that means.
I ain't got what? Gordon, what do you mean, Gordon? I ain't got a clue.
I Gordon.
I got a clue. Lenny, thank you for the £2. Much appreciated for that. Thank you for giving helping me out for the channel as well. Hopefully not now. We had his up. He's sorted out. But yeah, right. Another player that I was really impressed with, and it's Stephen's Welsh mate, Williams. Because again, I spoke to Glenn before the Newcastle game, and I got worried about him being a right back because he's not a right back; he's a wing back. But Steve, he's getting better and better at right back, isn't he? And then, like I said, I put my hands up, and this is not from me. This is from his dad as well. Shout out to his dad saying that he's not a right back, but he's getting better, isn't he, Steve?
Yeah, and well, like I said in the first half, he completely frustrated Kudus, who I got to say is one annoying, dirty player. That Kudus is a horrible footballer. If you watch him, even at the West Ham away game, he was putting tackles in that were a bit naughty. And he's just, for me, not a likeable footballer. So I'm glad that Nico got stuck into him and really frustrated him. And did you notice in the second half, they put Antonio out wide?
Yeah.
To try and out-muscle him. But still, there was only once that Antonio got the other side of him. And he gave that free kick away. But then apparently he did win some of the balls. So, but Nico had to try and it was, again, we were worried about them free kicks coming in. But yeah, Nico Williams, up and down. There was only one time Alanga, I think, played up the wing to him, and it's just a heavy touch just took it away from him. And I was like, I was like, Nico, what are you doing? Because it was such a good position to be in. And it was just a cracking ball down the line as well from Alanga.
It was. But
I love to see his, you know, they do them stats where like dual battles and stuff. I love to see Nico Williams today because and his engine on him is unbelievable. And it's just, I think Nuno likes him as a player as well because there was rumours he's gone out on loan and teams drafted him, but Nuno kept him. I did see an interview. Nuno likes him. I think he likes the work rate on him, how he's up and down. Like you said, Ben, even though he's not an out-and-out right back, I think he's starting to realised that he's got competition in Enya and Montel. He's realising this is going to be my position to lose now. And how can you drop him after that? You know, he's up against Kudus and Antonio and these players. And, you know, next week now, he'd be up against, who am I thinking, Villa now on that side.
Oh, okay.
Who's with, I don't know, it might be another tricky, they got some tricky wingers, Villa. So, you know, every week, Williams up against some, you know, top players, and he's just putting performances. Yeah, because even against Newcastle, he played well against Gordon, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't put a foot wrong. So I think for at the moment, it's Williams' position to lose. And I think, and he has an option as well to play further forward. That's a good thing about Nico Williams. Like you said, Ben, he can play a wing back as well, or a right winger. He can offer something going forward. It's just sometimes his final ball is a little bit suspect, but then the second goal came from his run, his overlap, and then that ball across, and then Hudson-Odoi putting away. So for me, Ben, I'm sure we'll come to man of the matches later, but I got mine already.
Man of the match will be later on, people.
I think I got mine sewn up.
I'm going for the chat, and basically, I'm going to say, I'm going to Spain next week, but for that, I'm going to Florida Beach, Australia, after that win for David's benefit. David?
That makes sense. But Fremantle Beach has got nothing on Cronulla, Gordon. Come to Sydney. Go to Cronulla Beach.
Okay, I've never been there. But yeah, if Dave...
When Forest tour Australia tour, we are doing DoreOnTour.
Forest, let's go to Australia, please. If we do,
that's so good.
I've got free apartment. I'll stay at David's apartment. If that's okay, David.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's fine. See, Forest, make it happen.
How good your little thumbs up there, Dawn? Did you see that?
See that? Look, wait, look.
Does it work?
It's good, isn't it?
Doesn't work for me.
Mac. Thank you, people. It's all the donations I get. It's the Mac I get. Thank you for the donations, man.
Then if Forest did go to Australia, the challenge for you would be you can't sleep on the flight.
You mad? Sleep in the car.
You have to watch.
You can't even go 2 hours or go to sleep.
Nottingham Forest match back to back.
Oh, you mad? I'm sleeping. You must be crackers. Des says, was classic example for that football isn't always about technical ambition, commitment, and desire to take a longer way. You've got a great ambition, but without work rate, it would be a bank average option. Yeah, 100% Des.
Do you know what? Just on that point, sorry, Ben, that person was made. The game that Nico showed that he had heart was the Wolves away game where we just came back off the hiding and we went into that Wolves game. And he came on and he showed more commitment in that first. Did he start the game or did he come on? It was an instant anyway. He showed more fight himself than that whole team did against.
He come on, didn't he?
He might have come on, yeah.
He got absolutely knocked up and down, didn't he, as well in that game? They really had to go at him. He bounced back up and
he bounced back up and he showed the commitment. And I think that's what Nuno I know it was Cooper at the time, but I think Nuno likes that about Nico as well. Like he just keeps on going, and he's just one of them players who haven't got the ability, like that person said, but he's got the heart. Like
it was Des who said it, Steve. It was Des.
That's why Des just gets on whoever that person was.
Don't give
not advertised.
David, sorry, Des. No. Don't give credit to Des. He might be in the chat, Des, but we're not giving no credit. I've had enough of him.
Steve, his heat map today, look.
No, that's it. What about
Nico's?
Oh, wow.
He
was so good in attack tonight. I just think, other than that one touch, I thought Nico was absolutely critical in just getting forward, and also just the consistency of him playing numerous matches in a row with Anthony Elanga. Like you could just see the combinations, and we're seeing on the left-hand side as well, and not the chopping and changing. Like you're just starting to see, just the benefits of those guys playing over and over again. I just probably might have Nico Williams kick the free kicks or corners or anyone else other than Morgan Gibbs-White. And please stop on the short free kicks and corners.
That short free kick in the first half. That's going to be one of the worst short free kicks I've ever seen.
Which one?
The one where Gibbs-White needed Dominguez, he flicked it back, and then they countered, and Gibbs-White picked the yellow card up for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That
You
was
know what? I
dreadful.
was saying to people, like, we've got this set piece coach, haven't we? Like, is that what they're learning in these days?
Just pump it in and give our boys Murillo and Felipe a chance on a header. Like,
Exactly.
like just.
Right, I'm just going for the chat. Andrew Shop, help you, my friend. Have you seen Nico as a ambassador for the kids at Hostel and Sallions? He's ace. No, I've not seen it, Andrew. I've not seen it at all, my friend. There's one of one. This Aquaman. Sorry, but I can't pronounce your name. Forest deserves that today. We were shocking. Outplayed on the field in tactics. If Forest was sharp in front of goal, it could be more. And that's another I want to talk about.
Oh, couldn't it?
Definitely West Ham fan. Shout out. Thank you for coming on this podcast. This is for Glenn. Like I said, the only negative I'll say, and if Forest fans agree, we should have scored more because West Ham were poor. They were shocking. And we don't even mention the goalkeeper. I think we'll talk about the goalkeeper in a minute. But Glenn, we could have scored more, couldn't we?
Yeah, Areola had a cracking game and was the difference in some, not all, some of the first half particularly. First half, we had 8 shots, 5 on target, scored 1. Second half, 11 shots, 3 on target, scored 1. So the number of, particularly around that key point after Phillips was sent off, where Hudson-Odoi and Alanga both had opportunities to score and almost rushed them a little bit and put them over the bar and really didn't threaten the keeper. Keeper had a cracking game, but we've been talking for months and months, haven't we, about wanting to be a team that goes forward and creates chances. We're now creating those opportunities. So it's almost like I can hear myself saying this. Why are you talking about we won 2-0? This is the real thing that we need to discuss, I think, on this podcast. If we're going to really be that midfield team, the team that gets the 12th, 13th, 14th, we've really got to be taking these teams to the sword, and we've got to take opportunities a little bit clearer, a little bit more clear cut, and that didn't happen today. Yeah, we can be very kind of positive and say we were the best team of the two, and I think of the two teams we were the one that wanted the 3 points. But there were situations today, penalty aside, and no doubt we'll discuss that, we really do have to take these opportunities where we have 1v1s, where we have Alanga finishing this beautiful move and putting it over the bar. Now, there's obviously points, and both of them were leaning back, weren't they? They weren't really driving through the ball, hitting the target. There were situations where, particularly in the first half, the keeper just stood up and saved the ball. Anywhere else in the goal, we'd have had a shot to save, or at least a goal to score. That needs to be a little bit better. We see Murillo's strike in training this week and how much they do with the small goal. And I think that's a really lovely way of doing it, how much they use that small goal so that when they eventually play the large goal, they got a wealth of choice. I agree with that, Scott. I think the stability that we've got in the team and the threat we've got going forward, even in that 6 role deeper in midfield and back in Murillo, because we know he can hit one. Tavares had a go as well, didn't he, today? Nico can score from distance. We've got
He's getting closer, Nuno.
Right, guys,
we've got that wealth of opportunities right through there, but we've got to take these chances because, like you said at the beginning of the show, Steve, all it takes is a Ward-Prowse free kick.
Yeah.
And then we're 1-1, and all of that good work is typical Forest. We've got to kill these teams off earlier in the game, and that's what was most concerning for me. Like, no, we've conceded right on the edge of the penalty area. What's going to happen? When we've got these teams that are really down on their luck, that are really not playing well, they've just had a 6-0 Tonkin. What would have happened today had we scored 4 or 5? It would have been a justification for a really brilliant offensive performance. Defensively, we're one of the best teams XG-wise. I was heard Mark saying earlier on how much we're playing better in open play defensively, but we really have got to play that little bit more confidently and a little bit more reassured-wise, and that composure that we need that Morgan Gibbs-White talks so much openly about when he scored against Man United in the season, that earlier in the season he would just blast it. And he just needs to take that extra second. As much as the defenses don't give players that extra second to make that composed touch, we just need to do that. You know, Callum Hudson-Odoi could have very easily not taken that touch where he rolled the ball onto his sole before he struck it, and could have volleyed it, and it could have ended up in your hands, Dore, on the upper tier of the Trent end at the end of the game. You know, but he took that composed touch, and in the end picked his slot and scored. The others didn't quite take that chance and take that opportunity to take a touch and to take it on. But Elanga, what a great game! Could have scored a hat trick. Callum Hudson-Odoi, what a great game! Could have scored a brace. We just have that little bit more of a touch, and I think we've got a 3 or 4-0 win in us this season. It's just who it goes against.
Can I say a joke? Because I don't know if where we stand in Trenton top upper, every time Nuno Tavares had the ball, when he had the ball, we said shoot, and everyone said no, don't shoot, don't shoot. Yes.
No, but he was getting. I thought he got closer today.
No, it just like it was edge of the 18-yard box, and I think it was Danilo passed the ball, and everyone shouted, "Shoot! No, don't shoot!"
No, you don't want him shooting. Danilo was pretty. If you noticed on the replay, Danilo was not happy with Tavares when he shot there, because Danilo was in a similar Taiwo Dominguez.
Pass it.
So can I just comment on the goals? Yeah. I actually thought today was a pretty important game just in terms of goal difference, and I think we might actually rue this game later in the season, because I called it early, and I'm going to stick by my prediction. Goal difference is going to count for us this season, and we might stay up on goals. And we're now, equal with Luton? We're 6 behind Everton, and we're 4 behind Brentford and 4 ahead of Crystal Palace. Goals are going to be important, and so 2 extra goals today would have made such a difference just for that plus minus 4 and against. And
they're worth a point in the end of the season, David.
They're worth a point at the end. We're worth half a point at the end of the season. And so when you look at it right now, if we get docked 10 points and Everton get docked 6, we would still not be relegated. Mm-hmm. So
it's something positive that we can think back.
But get back to the shooting practice.
Yeah, 100%.
They're just kicking it at the damn goalie.
Before we do get people in the match, I want to say thank you, shout out to Sean for being a member for 22 months. Absolutely legend. Thank you, Sean, for being a member. If you want to be a member to the channel, people, helps me a lot. Get new things, helps me get, like I said, I've got a new Apple Mac, focus on there, not down there, and it, like little things help me. Like go to away games as well. But shout out as well to Paul, who is sponsor to my channel as well for plumbing gas. If you want any gas plumbing work, like he's going to Australia soon, so David can help him with his flights as well. So yeah,
I'll take him to Heathrow for mine. He can do my tap first.
So Paul, get your flight ready. He's coming to Australia just to sort something out. I haven't got a clue what's going on, but yeah. Right, so people in the chat, we've got last 5 minutes to go. Who's your man of the match? What's your team rating as well? But before we're going to speak about Nuno at all as well. But Steve, Nuno, he got it spawned today. Like I said, I was a bit before the game, but he got it right against the poor West Ham team. Don't forget.
What, Nuno shooting, is it? Or do you mean Nuno the manager?
Nuno the manager. Nuno the manager.
I know. No, he got a spot on today, and what we've been saying all the way up to the game about the tactics, limit the free kicks. I like to see the stats. Let's Mr. Statman Glenn wants to get up the corners. What West Ham had today? I think it was only.
We had 5. They had 1 each half, which is exactly what we want. Limit the chances of set
exactly what we want.
Our own defensive team, that's what they want.
Yeah. I think bar the one they had close to the 18-yard line and one out wide were the dangerous ones that Ward-Prowse had. I think the tackles were spot on. I thought we roughed them up, as in got in their heads. Like I said, we frustrated them. We forgot to mention the right back, Kufal, is it? He got battered and bruised as well. He got thrown about a bit. Calvin Phillips obviously lost his head, got sent off. It was just an overall, tactically brilliant. Played into our strengths, counter-attacking, good football. Played some good football at times. The wing backs played well, like we've touched on. Centre backs flawless. Keeper didn't have to really make a save. He was well protected. Dominguez, Danilo was back on form, I felt today. Yeah, Nuno had it spot on.
Came on at the right time.
Yeah, Stubbs was spot on again. Yates even came on at the right time, even though we had doubts. You know, I felt it's a good call as well, and it's not bashing Yates, Ben. Like I said, with Yates, what worried me, the way that game started, well, Yates would have been flying into them tackles, and I think he would have given more. Yeah, I think the way the game started, Yates would have just flown in. He would have loved it, but I think he would have given more free kicks away. I think between him and Dominguez is more disciplined. Even though Dominguez can be a bit of a hothead, I think Dominguez is more savvy than Yates. And I think Yates came out at the right time. Yates pulled in one hell of a tackle as well when he was still 1-0.
He did.
At 50, he did at the edge of the box, and he broke up the play and won the free kick. So he played his part. Okay, Origi came on. He did his part for the second goal. He won the flick on. He won, and he back flicked it to Nico. So he played his part as well. So yeah, throughout the first 11 and the subs, Nuno got his spot on. I find with Nuno, when he gets it right, he gets it right.
Yeah.
And if you can get that, he's been unlucky at times with the AFCON boys away, injuries, decisions going against us. That was a penalty again today. You stamp on someone's foot in the box, and then they say Nico may have made a meal of it. Come on, he stamped on his foot. Have you seen the one? Have you seen the one? Have you seen the Arsenal one today? The Trossard one. Watch a match today later.
Seen that one.
The Trossard one for Arsenal. It's ridiculous. Is it? And he gets that penalty. It's I don't know if it's some conspiracy cases at the moment, but we have to go against that.
Also, it was a goal, Steve.
Or the Yates offside. Well, one thing I would say was Yates interfering. But he didn't touch the ball, but then they would have said maybe he was interfering with the keeper. But he didn't get a touch.
He's interfering with the goalkeeper.
He shouldn't have. What was Yates doing?
I know. What was Yates? What was you doing? I don't know what was you doing.
Like everyone knows you're offside at that position. You know when it's going towards the thing.
Yeah, you don't know what, Dave? What else? Listen to me. You're not bashing Yates. Come on, people.
I'm not.
Don't even try it. I know you're sleeping. You're half tired. You're ratter. Leave my guy alone. I love you.
Oh, fair enough. Can I just comment? Someone saying why did I put forward 10 points for us and 6 for Everton? I was just presenting the worst case scenario, gang. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But if Everton lose today and we were deducted 10 and they were deducted 6, which is very unlikely, I would think, then we would still be up. So I'm feeling good. And yes, Ryan Yates did blow it. That should have been a goal, and it was a penalty, and it should have been 4-0.
Right, people, let's get everyone's man of the match. People in the chat, please get your man of the match in and watch your team rating. I've seen loads. Des says Muno without a shadow of doubt, immense. Davey, where's David? Where's David? There you are. David, man of the match, Williams all day long. Team score 8.5. Okay, wicked. Let me start with you, Steve. Where's everyone gone?
We're all here, though.
Where's everyone gone? There you are. I thought I lost myself then. So we'll start with you, Steve. I know yours there, but I guess I know who's yours. People in the chat, come on. Who's it, Steve?
Nico Williams for me. Outstanding performance. Yeah, he could go right across the team, but for me, Nico didn't put a foot wrong. Other than that heavy touch, like I said in the first half, where he was played through. But that's just nitpicking something minor. But didn't put a foot wrong. Yeah, for me, Nico Williams. And you have to say Murillo and Dominguez and Hudson-Odoi were strong contenders. Well, again, throughout the 11. But
you got to give us someone else to say.
I'm gonna stick with my fellow countryman, though. I think Nico Williams for me.
You would do that. You would do
outstanding. And I'm going to give the same rating as that last comment, 8.5 for me. The only negative, we didn't kill him off earlier and really put him to the sword. And make David Moyes go even more grey.
I've just seen the West Ham one. I'll man of the match. To replacement.
I thought he was the man of the match, actually.
He was the man of the match.
He played really well.
Great shout. Steve, who's your man of the match?
Well, I can't name anyone that Steve mentioned, so that leaves me with I don't know. I would choose Callum Hudson-Odoi. I thought he was just danger personified, and so just his sweeping runs, and when he cuts back on his right foot, you just know that something good might be about to happen. So for mine, Callum Hudson-Odoi, but I thought Felipe also was solid and kept us in check, and yeah. And in terms of a team score, look, I'd give us higher than an 8, but the goalkeeper didn't really have to do anything. So
yeah, we always spoke about him.
He didn't touch the ball.
I think that I might do another podcast tomorrow because Des texted me and wants to do a podcast, so we might do another one tomorrow and we'll talk about that as well. But okay,
60 minutes just on the goalkeeper, door.
Huh?
60 minutes just on the goalkeeper.
Yeah, as well. Okay, what was your rating, David?
8.
8. Okay. Last but not least, Glenn.
8 for me as well. I think we score one more. It's 8.5 or 9. We get 4 goals, as you were saying, David, a little bit more on that, bringing that goal difference back to our favour. Then it's a bit more like a 9 or a 10. And I think just that reassuring, experienced old head on a 21-year-old body that wasn't playing this level this time last year, Murillo gets my player of the match. He was immense. I agree, Des. He was incredible.
Why are you agreeing with Des, Glenn? Why are you agreeing?
I'll go with my countryman. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah.
Let's Glenn agree with Des, but Des can get a big head. No, I'm not giving Murillo. I'm giving Hudson-Odoi.
It was a really difficult decision today. I think so many played well, so well. But Murillo just giving that little bit of that confident pace and reassurance that he had. I think you were saying earlier on you got a couple of issues with him. From what I saw, Murillo had a stonking game, and individually, Dominguez and others had probably as a team not our best performance of the season, but individually, lots of players had one of, if not the best performance they've had in a Forest shirt this season. So really difficult to make a decision, but Murillo for me.
I'll say Callum Hudson-Odoi, because he's getting better and better for me. And yeah, for me, Williams as well. Williams was fantastic for me as a right back as well. There's so many players that we could talk about, like Dominguez, proved me wrong. Felipe proved me wrong again. The goalkeeper, he could have sat on his post and done nothing, if I'm honest. But
hey, Scott's asked us a question about what we saw early on with Murillo. Do you want to respond to that, or would you like me to?
This one, Scott, Ben, what was you on about earlier? I got him. What was that one?
I was referring to some of the distribution earlier on. He was spraying a couple of passes, and I thought he gave the ball away a little bit too easily, ambitiously.
He missed a good header. Did he miss a good header? He should have scored from a corner. I said he could have. I think it was a really header.
I was more talking the distribution, Scott. Just worries me a little bit, and so sometimes he was giving the ball away a little bit too easily. If you go back and watch that first half, you'll notice a couple.
Yeah,
but I'm not Murillo bashing by any means. I ain't stupid enough to jump on the anti-Murillo train. Goodness, that's to be like the worst decision of a Forest podcaster ever. So Murillo's like an absolute gut. What are we talking about? But we want him. We want him elite level. We want 10 out of 10s out of Murillo, and we've seen so much, and so we want to push him to. I just want him to make sure that his passing is as strong as it can possibly be. We do love Murillo. Goodness, him and Felipe.
Remember, Dave, we're kind of working through these issues so that when a team offers 50+ million for him and he gets his first Brazilian cap, he'll be the proven, full-rounded player, and we're probably going to get the worst of him before we get the best of him, and then he may well not stay very long. So
that's true.
I'm quite happy with that rough diamond that he is.
No, we'll take 60 million for him as well.
I think he's rubbish. I think any player, any team wants to see him. I think
Murillo, absolute rubbish. I can't believe we're putting him in the team. Can I just also, I want to rebut what Steve said earlier about playing the weaker players in the cup. Nah, we're definitely staying up. We should play our strongest team in the cup so that we can win.
This is why I said, Steve, I want to go Europe. I want to go to the FA Cup. I want to
win. Let's go, baby.
Ignore Steve. I want a strong team.
No, but what I mean is, what if Gibbs White now pulls an army against United in the cup?
He won't know. Stop thinking like that. Stop thinking. No,
it could happen.
That Gibbs White will pull a hamstring in the cup.
Listen, we're going to win the FA Cup. We're going to. No, I'm not. No, Steve.
No. Dropping Gibbs White for Reina is not a weak. Okay, Gibbs White is superior player to him at the moment. But what I'm saying is, if you just, I'm not saying just completely change all 11. What I'm saying, if you had to wrap up a player like Gibbs White and Cotton Wool for the league, this is what I would do.
I would play Rayner against Aston Villa, Steve, and bring Gibbs White on for the last 20 minutes, and then put Gibbs White on again in the Manchester United game. That is what they should do.
What?
I wouldn't do that.
If Gibbs White can only play 120 minutes, do you play him for 90 against Manchester United?
Go to bed. David, after this, go back to bed because you just took his But yeah, it's
win the cup, guys. We can win the cup. Why not play
go
our
to
best
Europe?
team?
Listen to me. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to take Des with me because he likes to do his do daily running. So take Des with me. And we'll go to Europe. Go to, I don't know, Ukraine or wherever the places we want to go. European tour or Azerbaijan, what if you want to call it these days. But yeah, it's been a great show, people. Actually, thank you for this win. Big smile on my face. It's been a pleasure. David, you can go back to sleep now.
I'm going to go back to sleep.
People, please show some love like David, Steve, and Glenn. Like David,
can you put Davey's comment up, Dor? Just because it rarely happens for me.
Where's that?
The one that
Agree
says
again, David.
Yeah,
No.
just someone agreeing with me for once. It's just so positive.
David, don't agree with him. Don't agree with him.
Are you not the same guy then? Are you not
I'm commenting over here.
Glenn, use these fingers just go away then, type then, and then come back with.
We got it now. We sussed it.
But it's been a great show. Like I say, we might do another show tomorrow if Des wants to. Like he can do it himself. I can't be bothered. Des, do it yourself. Yeah, if that's okay. But yeah, we'll do a show tomorrow, people, about 9 o'clock. We've got work tomorrow.
Ben, will I see you at Villa Park next week?
Of course you will. No, because you're ill. Stay clear from me. But yeah.
All right, okay.
You'll see me. You'll see me. But
I'll come looking for you.
Oh, what?
I'll come looking for you.
Nah, mate, you can stay clear from me. It's been a great show. Like I said, people, David, Steve, and Glenn, thank you for taking the time from the show. People, after this, go and watch the vlog. The vlog is out now, so please go and watch it. It's a good vlog. Hudson-Odoi's goal was good as well, going crazy. And you hear my voice going crazy as well. But yeah, it's been a great vlog. Make sure before you do go, please hit the like button. If you are rewatching this, any comments that we talk about the game, please do. I'll be back, I said, tomorrow. If there's or any other panel want to come on, talk about the show, please do. But yeah, we won. We won at last. Can't believe it. It's unbelievable scenes. But yeah, peace and love, people. And I'll see you at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you for watching Up the Forest.